Right, another ranking video, worst to best. This time I thought I'd do the Predator films. I like all these films, including the Aliens ones. I'm going to include the Alien vs Predator films as well. I don't know whether they're classed as canon or not, but I'm going to shove them in here anyway, because to me they're kind of canon anyway, because they kind of relate to the Alien and Predator films anyway. And there's 6 in total. Starting at number 6, my least favourite out of the 6 is Alien vs Predator 2 Requiem. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, a low budget B movie. It's fun to watch, but nothing special here really. The acting's a bit crap. It's a really dark film as well, like you can barely see the aliens in this film. I quite like the Predator in this film though. You get to see more insight into the Predators in this. But yeah, it's a low budget B movie that it's just a bit of fun really. It's kind of got that slasher horror vibe to it, almost. It's kind of like watching Halloween in a way, like the first half of the film anyway. Then the second half of the film it gets a bit silly. But yeah, it's the worst out of the bunch. I think most people would probably agree with that. That's my opinion anyway. Number 5, The Predator, the latest Predator film, or the most recent Predator film should I say. When I first watched this one, it was kind of like, it was weird. It was just like, because there's quite a bit of humour to it, and the actors and the characters in it are kind of like strange. But the second time I watched it, I actually quite liked it more. I thought it was quite funny, quite fun to watch. There's this like new Predator in it, which is huge compared to all the other Predators, which was kind of fun. I think the guy who directed this, who was one of the actors in the first films, so I think this one is like kind of for the fans really, but just watch this with an open mind because it is quite different, a bit strange, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite fun. I've watched it a few times over, and yeah, it's alright. This one just comes in at number 5. Number 4, Predator 2. Maybe this will probably surprise some people, but this one's kind of average to me. Like it's okay, nothing special. Could have been better, could have been worse. It's kind of got that RoboCop sort of vibe to it, I think. You'll probably know that if you used to watch a RoboCop TV series back in the 90s. It's got that kind of vibe to it. Some decent acting in this as well. Danny Glover. I think Arnie was meant to be in it, but he turned it down, I think. But Danny Glover does a decent enough job in it. Again, more insight into the Predator in this one. It's a good film, but not one that I watch quite often, to be honest. I sooner probably watch The Predator more, even though this one's technically probably a better film. But yeah, I remember watching this when I was a kid as well, around the time it came out, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Still, it's a decent movie. I think it still holds up really well, even though it's like over 20 years old now. But yeah, not a bad film, Predator 2. Number 3, Alien vs Predator. Now, when I first watched this at the cinema, when it came out, I was kind of like a little disappointed. I think I was just expecting a little bit more from it. Maybe the film wasn't what I was really expecting. The director, funnily enough, is the same guy who did the Resident Evil films, Paul Anderson. But I kind of think this is actually better than probably all the Resident Evil films. It is a really decent movie, I think. Is it classed as a B movie? If it is, it's one of the best B movies I've ever seen. It's a real good movie, and as I said, when I first watched it, the pictures, it was a little bit disappointing, but over the years I've actually really grown to like this film. I've watched it quite a lot over and over, and I still really enjoy it. I actually think the effects in this film hold up really well, because it's 2004 this came out. yeah, even now you watch this film and it looks pretty good. So for its time, with a budget that it was made on, you know, I think he did a pretty good job with it. It's entertaining, it's a lot of fun. Probably not what I was expecting at the beginning when I first saw it, but I've grown in it now, and I do really enjoy this one. That's number 3 for me. Yeah, you get to see the Queen Alien in this one again, which is quite good at the end, and there's that final battle at the end. Yeah, could have been better, I suppose, but like I said, I kind of think it's a classic now. Some people probably don't think this film is canon, but I don't care. It's part of the Alien and Predator franchise, so I'm going to put it there, and it's number 3 for me. Number 2, Predators. This one kind of copies the first film a lot, I think, but they do it in a really good way. Kind of has a little twist at the end of it, which I liked. There's quite a few Predators in this one. It's the first time you see as well another like different Predator going at another Predator, which is something we hadn't seen before. It's quite an interesting film. A lot of action, set in the jungle like the first one. The actors in it are pretty good as well. I forgot the main guy who's in it. The main guy who's in this, he was in a King Kong film. He's pretty good in it. I forgot his name. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I think it's a solid Predator film. Definitely one of the best. Well, my second favourite, but I think if you've only watched maybe the first Predator film, you're looking to watch another one, this is probably the best one to go and watch, in my opinion. That's Predators. And goes without saying, number 1, Predator. I mean, quality film. One of Arnie's best films, I think. Terminator was good, but this is definitely up there with the Terminator in terms of one of Arnie's best films, in my opinion. He's brilliant in this film. All the actors are brilliant in this film. It's well directed. It's one of those films you can just watch over it and over and over again. It still holds up well. I mean, 1987 was it came out. It's still brilliant to this day. Funnily enough, Jean-Claude Van Damme was meant to be the Predator originally in this film, but in the end that didn't happen and some other guy took it over. It would have been quite fun to see Van Damme in a Predator costume. But yeah, I mean, what can you say about this film? It's like one of the best action films ever made, one of the best science fiction films ever made. It's just entertaining from start to finish. It's a proper, I think, masculine blokes film, but you know, if you love your action films, watch this. If you've never watched it before, it's brilliant. Yeah, so that's my list. Worst to best. To be honest, I kind of like them all. I've watched them all over and over many times, but that's the way I would rank them. Let me know your thoughts if you agree or disagree. Maybe you've got your own list, your own favourites. So yeah, that's my list on the Predator franchise. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.